Welcome to your own personal deep dive. And today we are talking about supercharging your savings
Oh, yeah.
with a strategy that feels, I don't know, almost like a cheat code.
Okay.
You know how sometimes saving feels like an uphill battle?
Right.
What if I told you there's this way to make it practically effortless?
Mm.
Okay, that's where automated savings plans come in.
Yeah.
They're like having this personal finance ninja working behind the scenes to help you, reach your goals.
I love that.
So get this, an automated savings plan automatically moves money from your checking account to your savings account, like clockwork.
Mm-hmm.
No more like relying on willpower or remembering to transfer money manually.
Right.
But why are these plans so effective?
Yeah.
And how can you set one up yourself? That's exactly what we're going to unpack today.
Let's get into it.
Now, our source highlights the set it and forget it nature of these plans, almost like having a personal financial assistant.
Right.
It sounds simple enough.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the real psychology behind why this works so well?
You hit the nail on the head when you mentioned psychology.
Okay.
It's not just about convenience. It's about outsmarting our own brains a bit.
Okay.
So behavioral economics teaches us that we humans are prone to this thing called present bias.
Present bias.
Where we tend to prioritize immediate gratification over long-term rewards.
Mm-hmm.
So even if we know saving is important, it's easy to get sidetracked by that tempting latte or impulse purchase.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Automated savings plans remove that constant temptation by making saving the default choice.
So it's not about being lazy. It's about working with our natural tendencies.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
The source even compares it to hiding your favorite snacks so you don't overeat, except we're hiding our money from ourselves.
Yeah.
But how does that actually translate to reaching our financial goals?
Think about it this way. How often do we find ourselves saying oh, I'll start saving more when I have extra money?
Oh, yeah. All the time.
The reality is there's rarely extra money just lying around.
Right.
Life has a way of filling those gaps.
That's so true.
And that's where the beauty of paying yourself first comes in.
Yeah.
And automated savings make that concept a reality.
I see what you mean. It's like building that savings muscle without even realizing you're working out.
Exactly.
But what about having different savings goals?
Yeah.
The source mentions being able to save for multiple things at once.
Uh-huh.
Can you elaborate on that?
Absolutely.
Really?
So imagine this. You're effortlessly working towards a down payment on your dream home while simultaneously squirreling away funds for that epic vacation you've always wanted.
Oh, wow.
That's the power of having multiple savings goals within an automated plan.
Okay.
And it's not just about practicality. It also taps into the psychology of motivation.
Right.
Seeing progress towards multiple goals can actually boost your commitment and make the whole saving process more rewarding.
Okay, so we've got this set it and forget it magic working for us. We're paying ourselves first, and we can even juggle multiple goals at once.
Yeah.
But let's get real for a second. Isn't there a risk of becoming too detached from our finances? We're on autopilot in every aspect of our spending.
That's a great question, and it's important to acknowledge that automation doesn't mean completely ignoring your finances.
Okay.
It's still crucial to review your budget periodically and make adjustments as needed.
Okay.
Think of it like this. You wouldn't put your car on cruise control and then never check the road or the fuel gauge, right?
Right.
You're still in control,
Okay.
but you're letting the system do the heavy lifting for you.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
So we're not just blindly throwing money into the abyss. We're strategically using automation as a tool to reach our goals while staying engaged with our overall financial picture.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. It's about finding that balance between automation and awareness. But speaking of awareness, I think it's time we talk about one of the most powerful forces in the world of finance.
Okay.
Compound interest.
Yeah.
Our source describes it as a money tree that grows exponentially. But honestly, I think even that description might be underselling it.
I agree. Compound interest is often called the eighth wonder of the world, and for good reason.
Right.
It's really the snowball effect, but applied to your savings.
Okay.
Basically, it means that you earn interest not only on your initial investment, but also on the accumulated interest over time.
Okay.
So as your savings grow, your interest earnings grow even faster,
Yeah.
creating this incredible upward spiral.
Okay. That makes sense. But can you break it down for us with a real world example?
Sure.
I think a lot of people hear compound interest and their eyes just kind of glaze over.
Absolutely. Let's say you invest $1,000 today with a modest 5% annual interest rate.
Okay.
After the first year, you'd earn $50 in interest bringing your total to $1,050. But here's the magic. In the second year, you're earning 5% interest on $1,050.
Right.
Not just the initial $1,000.
I see.
So your earnings for the second year would be slightly higher.
Right.
And so on.
Okay.
Now imagine this happening year after year, decade after decade.
Mm-hmm.
The growth can become truly astounding, especially if you start early.
Yeah.
The source provides a compelling comparison. So somebody who starts saving $100 a month at age 25
Okay.
could end up with significantly more money at retirement than someone who starts saving the same amount at age 35 simply because of the longer time horizon for compound interest to work its magic.
Wow, that's really putting things into perspective. It's
Yeah.
like a race against time, and the earlier you start, the bigger the head start you get.
Exactly.
But I think for a lot of people, the hardest part is knowing where to begin.
Yeah.
Thankfully, our source outlines 3 simple methods for setting up an automated savings plan.
Right.
It sounds almost too easy, but walk us through it.
It really is simpler than most people think.
Oh.
First, you have the direct deposit split. This is a fantastic option if your employer offers it.
Okay.
You simply designate a percentage of your paycheck to be automatically deposited into your savings account each payday.
Mm-hmm.
It's seamless and effortless. Money is saved before you even have a chance to spend it.
Okay, that sounds super convenient.
Yeah.
But what if your employer doesn't offer that option?
Right.
The source also mentions automatic bank transfers, right?
Exactly. This is a classic method that's available through most banks.
Okay.
You set up a recurring transfer from your checking account to your savings account, choosing the amount and frequency that aligns with your budget and goals.
Right.
It's like setting up a standing appointment for your finances to take care of themselves.
And lastly, the source mentions these cool new savings apps that seem to be all the rage these days.
Oh, yeah.
What's the deal with those?
Ah, yes. The world of savings apps has exploded with innovation in recent years.
Okay.
These apps leverage technology to make saving even easier and more engaging. For example, some apps like Digit analyze your spending habits and automatically transfer small amounts to your savings account when you can afford it.
So they're like little financial elves working behind the scenes, finding spare change here and there to tuck away for you?
It's a great way to put it. Other apps like Acorns take a different approach
Okay.
by rounding up your purchases to the nearest dollar and investing that spare change into diversified portfolios.
Mm-hmm.
It's a super simple way to dip your toes into investing without having to actively manage a portfolio.
Wow. There really is an app for everything these days, even for helping us save money without thinking about it.
And that's precisely the point. By making saving automatic, we remove the friction, the mental effort, and the temptation to spend.
Right.
It's about making saving a seamless part of our lives, almost like brushing our teeth or paying our bills.
Okay.
Something we do consistently without even having to think about it.
That's such a powerful shift in perspective.
Yeah.
But I think what's really exciting about all of this is that it's not just about the mechanics of saving. It's about unlocking this new level of financial freedom and peace of mind.
Absolutely.
Knowing that you're consistently working towards your goals, no matter how big or small, can be incredibly empowering.
I completely agree. It's about taking control of your finances and building a future where you're not constantly stressed about money.
Yeah.
It's about creating a sense of security and possibility, knowing that you're prepared for whatever life throws your way.
You know, it's funny how we often think about saving as this huge sacrifice, like we're depriving ourselves of something, in the present.
Yeah.
But what we've uncovered today is that automated savings actually free us from that constant mental tug of war between spending and saving.
Exactly. It's about reframing our perspective. Instead of viewing saving as a chore, we can kind of embrace it as an investment in our future selves.
Right.
A way to create a life with more choices and possibilities.
And it's not just about reaching those big glamorous goals like, early retirement or a luxury vacation.
Right.
It's also about having that financial cushion to navigate life's unexpected twists and turns.
Absolutely.
Our source touches on the importance of an emergency fund.
Yeah.
And I think that's something a lot of people can relate to.
Absolutely. Having a healthy emergency fund can make all the difference when faced with a job loss, medical expenses, or unexpected car repairs.
Oh, yeah.
It's like having that safety net that allows you to face those challenges with more resilience and less stress.
Imagine the peace of mind that comes with knowing you have that financial buffer to weather the storms.
For sure.
It's like taking a deep breath and realizing you've got this.
Yeah.
But here's a thought. Could automating our savings for emergencies also help us avoid going into debt when those unexpected costs arise?
That's a brilliant connection. You see, when we automate our savings, we're essentially building a fortress against debt.
Okay.
Instead of relying on credit cards or loans when faced with an emergency,
Right.
we have our own reserves to tap into.
I see.
It's a proactive approach to financial well-being.
So instead of playing catch up and digging ourselves out of a financial hole, we're setting ourselves up to handle those curveballs with grace and maybe even a little bit of swagger. I love that.
It's about empowering yourself to be the captain of your own financial ship, navigating through calm waters and choppy seas with confidence.
Right.
And remember, even if you can only automate a small amount each week,
Yeah.
every little bit contributes to that sense of security and control.
That's such an encouraging thought. It's not about perfection or saving massive amounts overnight.
Right.
It's about taking that consistent action, no matter how small, and letting the magic of automation and compound interest work their wonders over time.
Precisely. It's about embracing the power of small, consistent steps, knowing that they will ultimately lead you to your destination.
Right.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. And by automating your savings, you're essentially setting yourself up to cross that finish line with a smile on your face.
So as we wrap up our deep dive today, I think the biggest takeaway is that automated savings plans are not just a financial tool. They're like a mindset shift. They're a way to make saving effortless, empowering, and maybe even a little bit exciting.
It's about transforming our relationship with money from one of stress and scarcity to one of abundance and possibility. It's about taking control of our financial futures and creating a life where we can focus on what truly matters, knowing that our finances are working for us, not against us.
Well said, and on that inspiring note, we encourage you to explore those automation options, set up your plan, and watch your savings soar. Until next time, happy saving.
If this podcast helped you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps us keep making these videos. Thanks for watching.